Well, hello there, coffee time friends. How y'all doing? I'm having a little afternoon coffee just to get me pepped up. I don't want to go too peppy. Not enough that I can't sleep, but I do want to be at least awake for a little while longer. You know how that goes. I'm making a loaded mac and cheese bowl. Simple and easy. But yeah, I think some of y'all may be interested to see what I'll put in it. So this is just macaroni and cheese. Put a little bit of whole milk in it to loosen those noodles up. This is what Mama made. Put a little leftover bacon on it. Come right down here. I've got a homegrown tomato. And I've got a little bit of chives out of my herb garden. Y'all didn't know I had an herb garden out front. I do. I've not done much with it this year. I really had big plans of doing something with it. I have determined, y'all, and I've nicknamed it this. I have a personality that I call Hallmark John. I just come up with this just the other day. You know how you make plans and you think at the time it's perfectly doable and you're just going to do it. Well, one of my good personalities here, Hallmark John, he plants herb gardens. And he's positive, as he's planting those herb gardens, that he is going to really use the herbs. He's going to really get on it. I'm going to be honest with you, most of my herbs this year have been topped and dropped. If you don't top them, you won't have anything. I meant to even dry some. To be honest, I didn't. So I'm going to put these little bit of chives on this mac and cheese bowl. I got everything set up this year. We got that new addition back here, back porch. Y'all seen that. And this here is just a little bit of basil. I don't like the way that looks. And I'm just going to rough chop just a little bit of basil because I'm going to put tomato. Now, macaroni and cheese probably don't sound great with basil, but when you put a homegrown tomato in it, and that becomes a very major ingredient in your dish, then basil sounds perfect. This is just a little bit of green basil and a little bit of purple leaf. So on top it goes with that little bit of chives. You see where we're getting the loaded part now? Now I'm not going to put any onion, but those chives have got that flavor profile. But I got the porch and I decided to get the grill filled up this year. We've got an old gas grill that ain't nothing fancy. Because we don't use it that often. Daddy used to like to grill stuff. Mama don't like the flavor of the grill, she says. Like smoky, or she'd rather have her steaks in the oven and all that. But every once in a while, she'll eat a hamburger on the grill. I think she's just being nice, though. I don't think she's her favorite. So after Daddy quit worrying about the grill, as he got his last year or so there, things didn't taste the same to him. He just wanted certain things. So we haven't really grilled in the past 8 years much. But I think if I had it fixed up out there, ready to go, I would grill more. And that was my intentions. And as the season progressed, getting time, I went and got the grill container, the gas thing, a new one put in it, because that other one was old. And I haven't grilled the time. This little herb garden, I've not really used it the way I wanted to. Because Hallmark John, and that's where everything just goes perfect. You invite the family over for dinner, you all gather around, there's no fussing, fighting, arguing, nothing bad. And everybody just gathers around, the meal's perfect. Like you see on TV. I get those notions in my head. We get those notions in our head sometimes when it comes to Christmas. Like the whole family will gather around and decorate the tree and sing Christmas songs. And have hot chocolate. But then, You're the one putting up the tree and packing the boxes, and you're wore out, and you're just trying to get the thing up, and you'll wait till the kids go to sleep because we ain't doing hot chocolate in this mess. And, you know, that's the reality. So sometimes we get those ideas, those classic ideas that, and in Facebook, I think, makes, because people will show pictures of them and their family at the beach, and all the kids are looking forward, and none of them's out of jumping or hopping or nothing, and all they do is take that picture of those white shirts and khaki pants on, and they all look so perfect. Well, a friend of mine told me that she had to take about 8 or 9 pictures and Photoshop them together and get their faces in different ones because she couldn't get that. But she said on Facebook it sure did look good. And I said I was impressed. She said, but that was not reality. I think a lot of times we beat ourselves up over that reality versus that hallmark or that, the perfection of it all. So that's what I've done for the summer. I was going to grill. Mama does love, we call them pocket lunches. And the reason we call them that is we'll take some kind of meat, chicken, beef, pork, whatever we want, and we make a little aluminum foil pocket, and we season it just the way we want it, and we will throw it on the grill. And we'll take vegetables out of the garden, and we'll make a little pocket. We'll season them with butter. Oh, they're so good. Throw them on the grill. So I figured she would at least eat some of that stuff. And I ain't been out there to that grill. Right now, folks, it's 20 till 7. It's 90 degrees. I barely can get out of a building, in the car back home without my eyeballs sweating. Now, when I was thinking about it, I was just going to go up there and rage up that fire, which is going to raise the temperature at least 25 more degrees. And it was going to be so good. It ain't happened yet. Do y'all do that? Am I the only one? Hello, John and Mama. Hey, Linda. Hey, John and Mama. I hope y'all we are healthy and we're doing great. We're thankful. We're blessed. Happy birthday, Mama. Mama's birthday Sunday. Mama's birthday Sunday. She's out with friends, Nola. Yeah, she's out at a theater. She'll tell us all about it when she gets back. She left early this morning and went to meet a bus. She drove herself today. I don't really like for her to do that. And if she gets home too late tonight, well, she says she's going to be home about this time. So she missed her deadline. But if she's going to be home after, I'll still go get her, meet her, and at least have her follow me home. Or I like to drive in front, or, in case a deer or a coyote or something jumps out. I like for her to drive, because it's just an old 2-lane road. I'll escort her home like royalty. Anyway, I didn't do any of that fancy stuff I was planning on doing. Do y'all make big plans and then you find that the real you runs out of energy before the pretend Hallmark you gets everything done they wanted to do? I'm just telling you, it's like friends. That's where I get. I got plans. I want it to be just right, but it's either too hot, too windy. Sometimes it's just hard. I may be the only person that does this. I couldn't find your address and your last names. Folks, every video's got our address, the P.O. Box, after every video, and I'll put it on there today. I'll just put it right on there, copy it, and it'll be on there. So you'll see Mama's Tupperware. Today's the new month, so we got a new Tupperware party started. And then you'll see, I don't think Etsy's on there anymore because we really ran out of stuff. You'll see Amazon, you'll see our address, then you'll see Y'all Sweet Tea with our code. It's a whole little list that I put at the bottom of every video in the comments, and it's right there. I usually put it 3 times so to make a big spot, and when you go down through there, you see all those blue links That'll be ours. But don't click anybody else's because I don't know where they'll take you to. I know where ours will take you to. Shirley, it'll be on there. Right now it's on yesterday's and any other one that we've got. So you can go back and look it up. Alright, I think I froze y'all. Let's talk about this meal. Now right now this looks like a bowl of tomatoes, but there's macaroni and cheese, homemade macaroni and cheese made with Velveeta American cream. Y'all know how good that macaroni and cheese was the other night. It's got chives out of my herb garden. It's got a little bit of purple leaf and green leaf, both basil, and that's to complement the tomatoes. And I'm going to stir it up in just a second, and I'm going to sample it for you. But let's bless it first, okay? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal, and we thank you for providing it for us for our nourishment, dear Lord. Lord, we have several people gathered here today, and every one of them has needs, and they have desires in their hearts, dear Lord. We just pray that you'll answer it in your will and your glory and your time. Lord, we pray that you'll be with our country, be with this world that we live in, dear Lord, and keep us as a united nation. And dear Lord, we just pray that you'll always watch over, lead, and guide, and direct us. In your name we pray. Amen. Now I'm going to put a little salt on here because the tomatoes need salt. Now the macaroni and cheese, it don't. Now remember, it's got bacon, and when we stir this up, it's going to be ever so good. Look there. That's the bacon. That's those fresh herbs going in there. You could add onion in here. You could add all kinds of goodies, but this tomato and these herbs and that bacon, folks, that's just like downtown, isn't it? Now let's give it a taste. I wouldn't lie to you. I'd tell you the truth. Y'all know Mama will tell you the truth. I think sometimes you just wonder if I will, but I do. Because I don't want you wasting your money. Groceries is too high. If I make something and run a bunch of ingredients, the last thing I want is all y'all doing the same thing. So I'll tell you. If it ain't no good, I'll tell you. But I've had this before, and I know a loaded mac and cheese bowl is good. It's so good. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and she said, "What are you cooking?" And I said, "If Mama gets back, we'll have whatever she wants, or what she's eating, or whatever." I said, "If she don't come home till later, I don't know what I'm gonna cook. I may just make some salsa or something." Because I've been wanting to make some homemade salsa now that I got all these homegrown tomatoes. I know I buy it and it's good, but folks, homegrown salsa is just so good. And she said, "I know what I'm having." And she was making all this from scratch. She said, "I'm making macaroni and cheese, and I'm taking a homegrown tomato, and I'm dicing it and putting it on top. It's my favorite summer treat." And I said, "You know, I do a loaded macaroni bowl, but I've never done she was just doing just tomatoes." I said, "I've never done just tomatoes, but I'll add that to my loaded bowl." The tomatoes aren't cooked, so you still get it to taste like a good fresh tomato with macaroni and cheese and a little bacon. Now, if I hadn't already had bacon fried, you know I would use real bacon bits. And if I didn't have the chives and stuff, I'd just use dry. Most everybody's got, you can just put Italian seasoning in there. Or you don't even have to put anything. But that chives, all those, that basil, it's just acting, it's just making it fresh. Absolutely fresh. And that tomato, it is absolutely delicious. Y'all seen I throw that together in a hurry. Now, if I had some good, Mama might have some in the back garden. I didn't even think to go up there. If I had some good homegrown green tomatoes, green onions, you know, the stalks, the onion. I would have chopped up some tops and put in here for a little onion flavor. But the chives is pushing that onion a little bit. when your herbs are still warm from the sunshine and you've rinsed them off and throw them straight in here, you know you're eating fresh. Awfully fresh. I would have been happy with just a bowl of macaroni, but adding all this to it, it's absolutely delicious. It's been a beautiful day today. No storms really, but it's hot. Oh, it's hot. So we fixed the baked beans, we had our chicken sandwich, and we went over to the park later with the church. Now my phone said, "You good, there ain't no storms tonight." We got over there, we was over about 15 minutes, we heard thunder. I said, "Get them kids off the playground and get them over here and get them to eat. Maybe this will blow over." It blew. Sideways. We were wet under the shelter. Everything was wet. If you want to know kind of how we felt, stay fully clothed. Get in your shower. Turn the water on cold because that rain was cold. And stand there and try to eat a hot dog and a plate of potato salad. We were soaking wet by the time we got ready to eat. It was rough. Them kids loved it. They loved it. They were jumping. It was a flash. I don't want to say flood. That's a little... It was a flash situation where the water had nowhere to go and it just run down the roads and into that shelter. And it was like 3 inches of water under that shelter. Kids loved it. I said, "Kids, this is going to be counted as a trip to the water park. It's just a park. And we got water." Poor old mama was soaking wet. She got cold. She had to sit next to me. We had tablecloth. We just took the tablecloths off the table at that point and put them over our heads. But in spite of it all, I think we had a good time. And I think they enjoyed themselves. And that was good. But today, well, what a difference a day makes. It seems to be pretty normal. I don't even see any clouds or anything coming up with weather. But it was, different last night. But it's a memory. We'll never forget that trip to the park. We go to the park a lot. It's close. The park is maybe... it's so close and so, I've never even measured it. It's about 2 miles from the church. It's on the same road. So a lot of times in the summer and in the fall, we'll just, on Wednesday night, say, we're going to meet at the park instead of the church. And we'll have preaching, singing, service, and the kids can play. And it's wonderful, outdoors. We do stuff like that in the country. We don't care. We don't care to get out like that. But it was fun, and they had fun, and the food was still good. It was a little wet. Your bun on your hot dog could have been a little wet with that wind blowing. It was just, I was covered with rain. My glasses couldn't see. It was just total speckles. But in spite of all that, everybody was laughing and enjoying. And I thought, this really is what it's about. It's what it's about. So it was a good time anyway. But Mama did go today. She's on another day trip. I love when Mama goes on day trips because she don't care to stay here. It's not like she's like, oh, I got to get out. But every once in a while she gets to go somewhere with some friends and they do stuff. Mama's a busy lady. I know y'all see us sitting here and you think, all that poor old thing gets to do is sit there with him and wait on him and all that, because some of y'all don't think I do nothing. But I do behind the scenes, and I'll prep. And I like to clean up. I don't want Mama cleaning up. But she is a worker. You can't outwork her. You want to try? You got your work cut out for you. But Mama does get out and go. She has her ladies groups and her, because, you know, Mama's likable and she's sweet. And people say, won't you join us? Won't you do that? Now, before COVID, honest to goodness, honest, I'm not exaggerating. I would leave here in the morning and say, you going to be here today? Nope, I've got to go so-and-so. We're meeting such and such. This group's meeting. She was in Mountain, I don't even want to try the names, Mountain Women's something. She was in another extension office thing, and they done Canon, and she's always got a meeting to go to. And then when she got into Tupperware. Now, Tupperware, we offer it for you all. And if you all want to buy it, that's great. But we don't want to push nothing on nobody. Mama don't want nobody to ever be out of anything. Tupperware, some of it is high. Some of it costs a lot more than you get at the dollar store. But it has a lifetime warranty. You're paying for what you get. But it's just here for, and it's something Mama likes to do. Now, Mama likes it because of the ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of men sell it, and a lot of women sell it. And they meet on Zooms, and they meet in person, and they go. It's just an outlet. It's a wonderful outlet of wonderful people. And Mama busy. She's busier than I am, and I'm pretty busy. But before COVID, I would just say, you going to be, no, I'm here, I'm there. I say, tell me if I need to take you, tell me if I need to pick you up. And, you know, let me know what time you're going, so I won't worry. She's always going somewhere. But it really cut down during COVID. And that was a little unfortunate because of, you know, her card games, they used to go every Monday. They had to cut those out because several got sick, and then they never really, some of them are sick with other issues besides COVID. So that's been a little, you know, but when Mama can go, I love it. I love for her to keep the roads hot, do what she wants to. She's going to a theater today in Middle Tennessee. I think she said, don't hold me to this. She may tell you a totally different story tomorrow than she does. Don't y'all tell on me that I got it wrong. I think she said the production they were seeing, it was like it's Still Magnolias, like, you know, the Dolly Parton beauty shop, that one. I think if it's not that one, she's planning on doing that one later, but I think that's the one she's going to. Prayers, Mama, stay safe. Yes. Put a hedge protection around Mama for safe travels. I'm sitting at the park now eating Taco Bell, listening to you, John. Well, hey, Dana. I hope it don't storm on you if you are staying in your car. That was the thing last night. We couldn't get to our vehicles. I didn't tell you that part. Our vehicles was parked in a parking area on each side of that shelter, but it was a creek. It was water. Like if you put your foot in there, it would have probably been up to your knee. It would have just. And like around our vehicle was close by, but there was 8 to 9 inches of water pooled around it. And then it was, you know, coming down hard. So you couldn't just like dart over there. You would have we were waiting for it to slack up. Finally it did enough I could get over there to it, and the water drained away a little bit, and we was able to get to it and get home, and everything was fine. I turned the heat on for Mama, turned her seat on. She said, I'm nice and warm now, I'm fine. So she was fine. But it was just a good little outing that we'll probably never forget. It'd be one of those, remember that time? Yeah, you know those events in your life that you say, remember that time? Yeah, those are good ones. Usually some stories come out of them. So that's all good stuff right there. But anyway, y'all try this mac and cheese. I think I fixed too much. And it's a lot of pasta. So what I'll do is I'll put this in a Tupperware. And I hate to put tomatoes in the refrigerator, but I'm going to heat this back up, so I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to eat a little bit more, and then I'm going to have the rest of it for lunch tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that next time, because the more it sets, the better it's getting. I'll have to thank my friend tomorrow at work for suggesting this garden fresh tomato in that macaroni and cheese, because it's made all the difference. When I got home last night, of course, what did I do first thing? I ran out to check on the kids. They were bone dry. They were just living their best life, and they was looking at me like, what have you done? You should have been on this porch with us. They didn't care. They didn't care. I just was out front. They got water both places, and I filled up their water with nice cold water. I'm going to give them a little ice water in a minute on the back porch because it's 7 o'clock and still 90 degrees. So Oliver was watching me. I just got a bucket underneath the spigot so you can just turn it on and get water anytime. If it's low, the UPS man gives them water. I mean, they're watered all the time in a big 2.5 gallon bucket. And then they got the same kind of setup in the back. But Oliver was looking up at me, and he would look at that water, and he'd put his nose in it, and he'd put his head under where it was falling in there. And I got a handful of water, and I just dripped it down the back of his head. And he, honestly, he went, and stood there like you just soothed my hot soul. And so I've done that a couple more times, and I was petting him, and his little head was wet, and he was so happy. He loves water. He loves, if you've got the hose going, he's in it. He's not supposed to be the kind of dog that likes water. I don't think. He's a Huns 57. He could like anything. But he loves, on a hot day, but I thought, no, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't like to have a little cool on their head? Abby didn't come around there. Abby's still on the back porch. Laid out for her evening nap. Oh, when you going to show us those beautiful fur babies, John? Sarah, I will, but it's been too hot to get out there. I need to go out on the back porch and show, but it's 90 degrees. If you get out there film, and I'll tell you what happens, your phone gets hot, and then it starts giving you a little warning. It's hot out here, and it'll put you back in the house. And I don't want my phone to get that hot, but I will. I'll either bring them in or go out there. They'll come in the back porch and eat sometimes. Sometimes I separate them to eat. Sometimes if I'm giving them medicine or something, I'll separate them so I know they get it. One of them will come in and eat, the other will stay out. But sometimes I just let them both in to eat and kind of cool off. I sit and swing, and they come over and I pet them, and then they go back out. They're versatile. Abby's getting much better about coming in. I'm hoping this winter, if it gets cold, she would come in. But Mama said she sure won't come in this year because she'll have him, and they'll just crawl up in the bed and they'll be warm. That's well, you're probably right. So who knows what they'll do. As long as they're happy, safe, and warm, happy, safe, and cool, and watered and fed, I'm just happy to do whatever they want to do. So we'll see. But anyhow, that's all I'm up to today. We're voting here today. I don't think it's a national nothing. It's just our local offices and stuff. So I had to go vote. They changed it a little bit. But when I got out of the vehicle to go in and vote, I had to walk a little way. It's hot. I think I can't wait to get in this building. It's a school. They didn't have the AC on. It's hot in there too. And time I showed 41 people my driver's license and done all my stuff and signed, and I thought, I'll be glad to get back in the van. I'll be glad to get back in the AC. So, hot. And some of those election people was sitting out as far out as they can sit wherever it is. There's a line, they won't let them pass. I thought, y'all are earning your votes. If you're sitting out in this heat, you are earning them votes. Because it's so hot. Folks, my eyes were bigger than my stomach. Is that what they say? My granny used to say that. Because I've just eaten just a little bit of this. And I sure ain't gonna eat all of it. But I'm gonna keep it for tomorrow. The herbs are mixed in with that macaroni and cheese so good. And that tomato. It don't taste like macaroni and cheese anymore. But I taste macaroni and cheese. But it's loaded macaroni and cheese. And this is one of those things, I've told you the base. Add what you want to it. You could even dice up some salad ham in here. I don't know if you do both bacon and ham. But those herbs in it, I bet dried herbs would really be good in it too, though. It just gives it that little extra freshness. Thank you for those stars, Dee. Thank you so much. John, when do the kiddos go back to school near you? I think next week or the next. I think. I used to know when Mama was in the school system. Of course, I knew when I was in the school system. I knew it too well. I think it's next week or I think it's before the 10th. I think. Kind of what we had last night was a back to school party. I should have asked some of them kids. I'll find out Sunday. We got several teachers in our church too. Usually we all hear about when it's time to go back to school. But it's in August. We don't wait till after Labor Day or anything. It's up there pretty close to August. Mama used to have to go back in July. The last week of July usually was her first week back. Sometimes the week before that. So I always, since she went back in July, and the kids usually come in a week or so. I'm glad I don't have to worry about it no more. I love teaching. I love the kids. But my hat is off to all you teachers. I mean, I know it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Kids are wonderful, but they can be nerve-wracking and they can be mean. And the way I described it to somebody, I said, I go to work now. I do the same all day long, just about it. You know, not the same thing of it. I don't have to change every hour and have 25 more little personalities to come in to get settled down and get into a rhythm and get going and get on topic. And about the time you get them humming along, the bell rings. And here comes 25 more. So every hour, you've got to start all over. And it's a job. It's hard. So I admire every one of you. Y'all do a great job. Thank you for keeping our country going with good, educated youngins. John, hope Mama has a fun trip. I've talked to her a couple of times. She's called me twice today. The last call, she said, we're going in the theater. I won't be able to talk to you. I just wanted to touch base. I said, okay. And so she's not calling me back. So she may come wheeling in here in a minute. She necessarily wouldn't call me when she got back today because she's driven herself. So we'll see what she does. But like I said, if it's dark, I don't care if she's driving. I'm going to go and come home with her on the road. She can't be out on the road by herself. These roads that I'm talking about don't have street lights. It's an old highway system, you know. And there's animals and stuff, and you really have to be careful. Not that Mama can't. I'm just not wanting her about there by herself. I know. Let's see here. I'm going to make some pimento soup. Potato soup. You can make that loaded too. Carol, that would be good loaded. Oh, good hot soup's good. I like hot food in the summer. You know, I like hot food. Sandra, she was a cafeteria manager for many years. years. She fed many, many kids. If somebody comes up to us when we're out, if we don't know them, we just wait. If they call her mama, we know it's somebody out from Coffee Time. If they call her Miss Davis, we probably know it's somebody from the school, a kid that she's fed. And most of the time, that's their leading words. Oh, hey, Miss Davis, you fed me every day of my life. Oh, I just love your cooking. You dig it. And then we know. She'll say, what grade was you in? When did you graduate? When did you leave? And then she'll track them back and she'll know who they are. Used to, when she was in the school system, we would go out anywhere and all these little kids would come up and hug her. So if we went somewhere, I'd be like, I'm going on. When you get your kids settled, I'll get the groceries and put them away. Because they just loved her. And she loved them. And she knew them by name. And she knew what they liked to eat. She knew every little detail about them. Because Mama loved her kids, as you can imagine. She was strict, but she loved her kids. And they loved her. And so it's still yet grown men will come up with beards and hug Mama and say, oh, Miss Davis, I loved your, and they'll name some food. Or, are you still feeding kids? And Mama will say, no, I've retired. And I say, oh, I bet that was sad to see you go. And it's just sweet. I just love when people love my mama. I was in a store one day. This is a cross section, I guess you'd call it. And Mama wasn't with me either. And this guy, he was probably, I don't know, age is probably 25, 30. And I seen him kind of look at me, and he started walking toward me. And he was trying to figure it out. So he says, hey, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. He said, do you all do a Facebook coffee thing? You and your mother? I said, yeah. I thought, well, he just recognized me. He said, let me ask you another question. Did she used to work in the cafeteria? Was she the cafeteria person? I said, yeah. He said, I knew it. I kept telling him, that lady used to feed me every day. And that's Miss Davis. I know her. And he said, I kept waiting for somebody to call her Miss Davis so I could. He said, I thought, I think that's that feller, and I'm going to ask him, and if it is, I'm going to ask him if that's his mom. I said, well, you got it all right. You clicked every check. You got them all right. He said, I knew it. I'm going to tell him. All right, talk to you later. And he walked off. I don't know his name. He didn't really even know me, except he'd seen Mama sitting here beside of me. So he had seen us on Facebook, and he thought that was his cafeteria lady. And I thought, well, how sweet. He remembered her, and he had to have been out of school because she was in middle school. So he had gone to 4 years of high school, so he had to have been out of school at least 15 years, and he'd still remember Mama. He said, well, tell her hi. I thought, I'd come home and said, Mama, somebody said hi to you today. And she said, well, that was sweet. And I said, he didn't tell me his name, and I didn't think to ask, really. I was kind of just figuring out, yeah. But I thought that was so nice that he cared, and he had figured it all out. Mama's fed thousands of kids. Hey, Jody. Most school cafeteria ladies are well known. They are remembered and adored. Sarita, they are. I remember the ladies that worked in the cafeteria when I was there. I remember, kids see their teachers every day for 1 year. They see their cafeteria workers and their janitors and their secretaries at the front desk for 8 to 12 years. Some schools are 12-year schools around here. Some schools are 8-year schools. And so you really get to know those folks that are there day in, day out better than you do even the teachers. You remember the teachers and you're with them all year. But as far as knowing every day that cafeteria lady is going to smile and say, well, good morning, how are you? Mama always made it a point to be very cheerful. She said, because I don't know what kind of home they come from. I don't know if anyone even told them good morning. I don't know if anybody even told them, anything. She said, so I want to be at least a friendly face and let them know I care if they have a good day. And she said, when they leave the cafeteria, I always say, y'all have a good day now, study hard, get good grades. And she would. She just wanted that little bit of encouragement. And I've told her often, you don't know how much that has meant to so many, Mama. But she always wanted to give that little boost of encouragement. And it's sweet. It's sweet. But that's what Mama is. I don't think we're going to hit the 200K by her birthday Sunday. If we do, we'll have to really blast the airways. So I'm going to ask y'all to do a miracle. If you can push us out, do plenty of hearts. And these are supposed to help the algorithm. That's what they tell me. Invite your people. Invite as many as you can. If we can get close and maybe hit it by the end of the month, Mama's birthday is Sunday, the 4th. So I'll tell her this is her birthday month, and we'll try to hit it during her birthday month. But 200K is what she's asking for. She said, we're almost there. I said, Mama, we're at 181. Maybe we'll go for 190. She said, we can go for 190. But the Bible says, ask. And you have not because you ask not. She said, I want that 2K, 200,000. I said, all right, Mama, I got faith in you, and that's all that matters. So if y'all can bump it up a little, at least give her a little hope, we appreciate it. That'll put us out more. Of course, we want to go have as good an audience as we can. But Mama just set that in her head. And I'd like to get it for as close as we can. So if y'all can help out, we appreciate it. Push this out to as many as you can. Say, hey, these two, they ain't that good at cooks. Mama is. But they'll talk, and it's good to visit. It's just like a back porch visit. Or sitting around the kitchen table. We just want you to come in and visit. A lot of people say, y'all ain't cooked, and I'm like, well, we really ain't a cooking show. We cook a lot, but we're just here. We're just here, and whatever we're doing, we want y'all to be a part of it. And honest to goodness, that's what it is most of the time. Just whatever we're doing, that's what y'all get in on. I mean, that's the truth. But we appreciate y'all, and you all are family to us. We talk about you like your family. We think about you like your family. Mama said this morning, what are you going to cook for the coffee time friends? I said, Mama, I don't know. I'll think about this evening. I said, I'm hoping you're home. I probably will be, she said, by 7. I said, okay, let's hope. She didn't know. It wasn't like she's late. She didn't know what time that was really going to get off. She didn't know how long. She just had signed up, knew it was a one-day thing, and then be home. She just was ready to go and see something different today. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll say it for you and for Mama. Good night. Y'all have a blessed night and enjoy yourselves. It's 7:30. And folks, it's just now down to 89 degrees. It's going to be dark and it's still going to be in the 80s. It's warm. Summer's back. But y'all have a blessed night. Mama should be, Lord willing, Mama will be back tomorrow. It's Friday party night. Surely we can party something. I don't know what we'll have. Mama will probably have something in mind. And we'll eat and enjoy and have a ball. And you all come and join us. And I can't believe the weekend's here again. I'm not griping about it. But this week has gone by so quickly. Now let's talk about, for 1 second, I'm going to let you go. It's August 1 today. Let's see how fast August goes. Take a deep breath. It's going to be quick. Y'all have a blessed night. Talk to you later. Bye.